just I will introduce the Boolean algebra. In the next class, we will see some deeper aspects of the Boolean algebra. So far, we have seen algebraic structure is nothing but performing some binary operation on some set of elements, with which you are going to form the group, subgroup, semi-group, okay, these kind of concepts, abelian group and all. Now the set of elements may be natural numbers, real numbers, maybe any numbers. Boolean algebra is also kind of algebraic structure only. But here there will be only two possibility of elements that are either it may be true or false. That is 0 or 1. Okay. So 0, 1, these are the only two elements will be available. With this only you are going to make the combinations. And this Boolean logic especially used for the computer circuits and digital logic design. Because computer cannot understand your natural language. It has to be converted into the machine language. The machine language is nothing but zeros and ones. If I want to represent a number 10, so it cannot directly take it. Instead, what it will do is, it will convert it into binary. It will be considered as 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay. So if you place 10, if you divide by 10, if you divide 10 with 2, okay, then the remainder is 0, and the dividend is 5. Again, if you divide by 2, then the remainder is 1. Then dividend is 4, so 2. So like that, if you perform, the binary number that you get is 1, 0, 1, 0. So here 1 means binary number, 0 is also binary number. In binary, you will be having the only base 2. In decimal, you will be having the base 10. In hexadecimal, you will be having the base 16. In octal, you will be having the base 8. In binary, you will be having the base 2. So anything if you want to represent, it should be represented within this base 2 only. That is 0, 1 only. Clear? So we can represent this in many ways. Like for example, if I turn on the fan, on means it is 1, off means it is 0. Right? If I have, I can also make like this. You are going to send the signal high, means it is high, that is 1. Signal low means 0. So like this, either in the signal processing or either maybe in the digital logic, you will represent this binary structure. Okay. If you look at your computer, the CPU means it's not a box. CPU is the central processing unit, which is a chip which is available on the motherboard. Okay. That box is said to be cabinet. CPU means on the motherboard you will find a slot where you will be finding this sink fan or exhaust fan. Below that you will find one chip. That is what the CPU is. If you look at the CPU will not take the normal power. Instead, it will take the DC power. Okay. So, if any circuit want to communicate with the CPU, what it will do is it will communicate in the binary form. That means if it makes the voltage high, that is, most of the processors will take the will operate at plus 5 volt DC. If the 5 volt DC was supplied, then it will be considered as 1. If 0 is supplied, then it is considered as, that is, no voltage is supplied, then it is considered as 0. So like that, the fluctuation, that is voltage regulation, will be done. Thereby, this is called as analog signal, and there will be a ADC will be available, this analog to digital converter, which will convert the analog signal to the digital signal, and the processor will understand it. Okay. So this much will happen, okay, in the communication. So if you have, for example, here 10 switches are there. So each switch is having how many states? Either it may be in the off state or it may be in the on state. Only two possible states are available, which is a binary in nature, on, off. Okay. If I want to make the combinations of these states using these 10 switches, that means how many combinations I will get? How many combinations I will get? If I have one switch, how many combinations I will get? Two combinations, either on or off. If I have two switches, four combinations. Three switches, 8 combinations. Okay, 8 combinations I will get. 4 switches, 16 combinations I will get. Like the 10 switches, 2 power 10 combinations I will get. Clear? Okay. So if I want to represent 8 in 3 combinations, then it is 1, 0. How much? 1, 0, 0, 0. Right? That means you can have the number up to 7 only. If it is 16 means you can have the number up to 15. That is 0 to 15. Right? So that means the number of binary operations are there. So you will see how many possible binary states are there for each item, and if you operate all these items, how many possible binary combinations that you will get is 2 power that many number of items. Clear? Right? So with this introduction, we'll move on to the Boolean algebra. Boolean algebra provides the operations and rules for working with the set 0 and 1. 0, 1. Only these are the two elements. Right? So here, just now I told you one example, 10. 10 is represented as 1, 0, 1, 0. When can I represent 10 as 1, 0, 1, 0? Since there are 4 elements on it. 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay, first place is on, next place is off, next is on, next is off. Means 4 are there. That means 2 power 4 possibilities. That means 16. Since there are 16 possibilities, I can represent these 4 digits of binary for 10. Okay? Right? Can I represent with 3 digits of binary? No, it is not possible. Because it is allowed up to 7 only. 0 to 7 only. Because 2 power 3 is 8. So that means 0 to 7 only you can represent. But if I want to represent 10, obviously it is crossing the level of 3 digits. So hence we are supposed to use the 4th digit. Right? So like this you make the combination to get this. So electronic and optical switches can be studied using the set and the rules of Boolean algebra. The mostly used 3 operations in Boolean algebra are, here only mainly 3 operations will be performed. One is complementation, another is addition, that is Boolean sum, and another is Boolean product. This sum is also said to be the OR operation, and this product is also said to be the AND operation. So logical gates, if you look at logical AND operation, logical OR operation. The same operation you will also use in your programming also. If one condition and other condition. Okay. If one condition fails, the entire condition, the complex condition will fail. This is called short circuit problem in C program. It's a very, very important concept. Okay. Side effects and short circuits. On this, you will find compulsory questions in competitive examinations. Side effects will come with the post increment, pre increment operation, post decrement, pre decrement operations. In an expression, if you have more than 3 post increment or pre increment, the answer is undetermined. You cannot determine the answer. So this is a general statement because of the side effects, because of the side effect problem. Okay. And short circuit problem is this one. So because of the logical AND operation and with OR operations, So if one condition fails, the entire condition will fail. The first condition have some condition 1 is there, and or with some other condition is there. Even though or is there, because of presence of and in other condition, sometimes it may lead to short circuit because entire condition may fail. So this is called short circuit problem. On this, many questions are available in the C programming, and also very important for the competitive examinations. So you can find these kind of questions in Exploring C, the book called Exploring C by Ashwin Kanikar. In that you will find many questions like this. Okay. It is very, very important for all of you to solve these questions. Okay. Exploring C. Okay. Pointers in C. These are the two books of Ashwin Kanikar you must complete before attempting any competitive examination or maybe campus course. Exploring C and Pointers in C. So here the complement of complement of 0 is 1, 1 complement is 0. The Boolean sum 1 plus 1 is equal to 1, 1 plus 0 is equal to 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, and 0 plus 0 is 0. Product 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into 0 is 0, 0 into 1 is 0, and 0 into 0 is 0. So find the value of 1 into 0 plus 1 whole complement. 0 plus 1 is 1, 1's complement is 0, and 1 into 0 is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0. So like that, the Boolean expression will be formed like this. Let b is equal to 0, 1, then b power n is equal to x1, x2, and so on xn. Xi belongs to b for I lies between 1 and n is a set of all possible n tuples of zeros and ones. That means if I say the combination of 0, 1, b power 2 means you will get 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay. Like that, if I say 3, then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, like all combinations up to 7. Right? So like that, you have the combinations. So the function from b power n to b is called as Boolean function of degree n. So the function f of x comma y is equal to x y complement from the set of ordered pairs of Boolean variables to the set 0, 1 is the Boolean function of degree 2 with f of 1, 1 is equal to 0, f of 1, 0 is equal to 1. So that means you can use whatever the operator, either it may be complement and or for the function, and you can define the values like this. And if you form this table like this table is said to be truth table. This is said to be the truth table. So find the values for the Boolean function represented by this one. So you input the values x, y, z as 0, 1. Okay. X will be having two possible values 0, 1. Y will be having two possible values 0 and 1. Z is also having two possible values 0 and 1. Make combinations and get the resultant value x, y is equal to z. Clear? And you please make note of this because there is no definitions, there is no derivations will be given in this. Only straightforward definition will be there and formula will be there. You make note of this. A Boolean function of degree 2 is a function from a set of 4 elements, namely pair of elements from b is equal to 0, 1 to b. A set with 2 elements. Hence, there are 16 different functions available of degree 2. So, how you will make this? So, the by default formula you make, please make note of this. Since the number of rows of the truth table with p Boolean variables is 2p. Clear? and each row can get one of the two values, either true or false. The number of such truth tables is 2 power 2p. Okay. So if you have an order n, then how many number of Boolean functions that you can make with this particular order n is calculated like this: 2 power 2p, where p is the order. If order is 2, then how many Boolean functions you can make? 2 power 2p, 2 into 2, 2 power 4, that is 16 functions you can make of that. So the number of Boolean functions of degree n, if you make like this, degree 1 means 2 power 2, 4 you can make, okay? And if degree is 2, then 2 power 4 you can make. Okay. Here, this is not the combinations. Previously I told about combinations of the states. This is number of functions that you can make. Okay, number of possible functions that you can make out of a degree. Clear? There is a difference. You please make note of this. So if there is a truth table with p Boolean variables, then the number of functions that you can make is 2 power 2p. Just to write the formula like that. Right? So here, as the degree increases, the number of Boolean functions that you can make increases. That is the reason you can have a complex circuit, Boolean circuit, with that many connections, that many possible circuits. Right? So that means if you have a degree 6, it is sufficient. You will see how many circuits, how many different functions you will get. So in the next lecture, we'll see operations on the Boolean sets.